everybody, it's your girl Merle, and today we're gonna be trying 6 different egg substitutes for all your baking needs. I was inspired by an article I saw on The Kitchen. In this article, they tested like 8 different substitutes using one muffin recipe, and they gave a review for each one. I'm only gonna be testing 6 of them today because there's only one of me and it feels like a waste of muffins, but also because chia and flax eggs are kind of similar. Arrowroot, just don't feel like it. So I picked the ones that were the most interesting to me, and those are the ones we're gonna do today. Let's get started. So the Kitchen article used a basic muffin recipe that they developed themselves, but the muffin recipe wasn't vegan, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a yellow cake mix that just happens to be vegan, because not only do I want the whole muffin to be vegan, but I also want to make sure that the variables are the same in every single substitute. And I felt like cake mix was the easiest way to make sure it's all even. Half a cup of oil, and let's do the mashed banana. So I took a cake batter and I'm just dividing it into thirds. The consistency looks pretty much like any cake mix would. Let's add our water. Now I divided the cake mix because I didn't want to make so many muffins that, oh my God, I'm so dumb. It should be a third of a cup, not a full cup. So we got our cake mix, a half a cup of oil. Wait a minute, I need to divide the oil too. So what's a third of a half of a cup of oil? I'm gonna go ahead and put in the cake mix and some oil. Then I'm gonna add in my aquafaba and some water. And then I'm gonna mix that up. The consistency is looking good. It looks great, actually. Okay, so now I'm just gonna spread these out into the muffin tin. And voila! The last one's always a little bit measly, but you know what? That's okay. A muffin is 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 a muffin. Let's do the carbonated water. This carbonated water one is the one I'm the most skeptical about because it's just carbonated water. I'm like, is it really that easy? That I've been like trying to find all these different egg substitutes when I could just use sparkling water. I'll believe it when I taste it. So far the batter is reminding me of vegan pancake batter. I can see the little bubbles coming up, so that's a good sign. All right, let's add this to the baking sheet. Oh, that's a big one. It's a looser batter than the other two. All right, so our first batch is done. I'm gonna pop these in the oven and then we will make the rest of our cupcakes. Okay, so we've got our first batch out of the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and set these aside, and then we're gonna put our next 3 in the oven, and then we can check them all out and see what we think. First up, we're gonna do our applesauce. I have never really used applesauce to substitute for an egg before, so this is exciting for me. I've heard great things, but I've never actually tried it myself. All right, a nice smooth consistency. I'm really intrigued by this one. This one is just oil, water, and baking powder. You know, that's what I do for vegan pancakes usually. I could totally see how this would work. All right, let's mix it up. I have a feeling that the carbonated water and the oil, baking powder, water slurry are probably gonna be less aggressive when it comes to affecting the flavor of the cake, whereas the applesauce and the banana probably will imbue a bit of their flavor into the final product. Let's transfer this over to the muffin tin. All right, now we've got our last one. One of the other substitutes that I'm not including in this video is a chia egg, and the results came out pretty similar in the article, so I figured I don't need to be making any more muffins than I'm already making. Mix, 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 mix. Oh wow, okay, this one's got quite the different look because you can see the flax seeds in there. Even though it's flax meal, it's definitely got a different look to it. So to make the flax egg work, all you do is take 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of water, and you mix them together and you just let that sit for about 5 minutes until it thickens. I have to say the batter textures are pretty similar across the board, but this one has got some grit to it. All right, batch number 2 is going into the oven, and then it's time to check all these muffins out. All right, we've got all of our muffins completed. They have cooled off, and you know, I'm really intrigued by this. They all have a little bit of a different look to them, but I think there's no better way to judge this than to just kind of jump right in. I've got my mashed banana. The mashed banana looks the prettiest, I have to say. It's got like a little brown around the edge. Let me try to take this out. Okay, comes out pretty easy. Looks like a pretty little cupcake. Smells like a pretty little cupcake. I think I detect hints of banana in there. This looks great. Okay. Here's the the deal. I love banana. Banana's my favorite fruit. So the fact that this has the taste of banana in it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, it makes it kind of like a banana bread. I will say it's a little bit gummy. It's a little bit denser than a cupcake normally is. So like if you like banana, this is great. But if you just wanted a vanilla cupcake and you didn't want anyone to know the difference, with banana, I think you're always gonna detect the flavor just a little bit. Like if the gold standard is for it to act as an egg would, which would just be to bind it properly, give it the right texture and not interfere with the flavor, I might actually give the banana one like a 6.5 because although it looks pretty, the flavor of the banana is there and it's kind of hard to miss. For the second one, it's the aquafaba. I'm a little nervous about this one because I don't know about bean juice in a cupcake. I mean, I've made vegan chocolate mousse with aquafaba, but that at least has the chocolate to cover the bean flavor. I'm hoping this doesn't taste really weird. Oh. Well, that's not what you want. Maybe I'll just put that back down and try another one. Oh my goodness. Okay, these are not holding together at all, deducting a lot of points right off the bat for that. This is not what you want in a cupcake. I can't even hold it the right way. Fortunately, the flavor's pretty good. It doesn't taste at all like bean juice, so that's a plus. But it doesn't bind this together really at all. That was pretty pathetic. I'm gonna have to give this like a 2. Sorry. The texture is a little bit gummy as well. It's just inconsistent throughout and it didn't bind together the cupcake. The flavor's fine, but like, come on. Unless you're making like cake pops, I don't think this is gonna do the trick. Next, the carbonated water. I'm really intrigued about this one. This one just seems too good to be true. Okay, it's holding together much better than the last one did, which is still crazy to me because it's just carbonated water. Oh, it's falling apart a little bit. It's fluffy, but it is falling apart a little bit. The flavor's great. It doesn't interfere with the flavor at all. It's really nice and light. The texture's perfect. It doesn't look like it rose in the way that the other ones did. Let me try another one. This one seems to be more solid. This is great. It's still kind of easy to fall apart, but the flavor's great, the texture's great. Okay, so I'm gonna give the carbonated water a 7 because it does taste fantastic. It's the best flavor so far, the best texture so far, but it does kind of crumble a little bit in your hands. I have to deduct points for that. All right, next up, we've got the applesauce. This one crumbled a little bit, but I'm gonna try it. I'll give another one a try. It just got a little stuck in the pan. I sprayed these like crazy, so I don't know what's going on with that. Those should be very lubricated. I'll try it though. The applesauce didn't bind as well as the banana, but it doesn't impart its flavor as much as the banana does. But I'm not totally impressed with the way that it's not binding this together. So I'm gonna have to give it like a 5. The binding is really important to me. I mean, we're making cupcakes. The best thing about cupcakes is you can carry them and walk around with them, but you can't if they're falling apart like this. The flavor was good. The texture was pretty good. A little bit flaky, but it just didn't hold the cupcake together like I wanted it to. And next up, we have the water, oil, and baking powder mixture. Man, like none of these hold together the way I want them to, which is wild. Oh my, why do these break apart so much? I mean, that just fell apart completely. That was the second best rated one in the article for the kitchen. I think the problem is with cake mix, it doesn't always work to swap in a vegan egg substitute, which is frustrating. Okay, our last one is the flax egg. Okay. Finally, one that doesn't fall apart. That's basically a 10 in my book at this point. With vegan cooking, it's already looking like what's considered the highest ranking and the lowest ranking are almost opposite. Let's try it. I hope this tastes good. Wow. Even though the flax egg looks different, I'm gonna give this a 9 because it binds the cupcake perfectly together. The flavor's fantastic and the texture is like nice and light, but it doesn't seem any different than a normal cupcake would seem. I think the winner for this whole challenge has to be the flax egg. My mind is blown because I really thought that this was gonna be basically the same information from the article to the point where I was almost like, is this stupid? I'm making a video about the same thing. But it turns out it is not the same result when you're doing vegan baking. So what's crazy to me is that the carbonated water and the oil water baking powder mixture were the 2 top ranking substitutes for the kitchen article. But those are probably my 2 lowest ranking substitutes when it comes to vegan baking. I mean, I guess it's good to know that you can't always just pop any old substitute into cake mix or brownie mix. So let me know below if there's anything else you'd like me to test out when it comes to vegan baking, anything you want to debunk, I'm here for you. Let me do it so you don't have to.